You've worked hard your whole life, but when it's time to collect CPP, you might be in for a shock. Most Canadians don't get anywhere near the maximum of around $2,000 per month, even after decades of contributions. Today, I'll break down the 3 biggest factors affecting your payout, and most importantly, I'll show you how to get as close to that $2,034 per month as possible. Factor number 1, why earning a high salary doesn't guarantee a max CPP. Say you start collecting CPP at age 60, well, the average payment is just around $530 per month, which is a drastic 74% drop from the max of $2,034. To get the maximum CPP payout, your salary and income must be high enough to meet the maximum contribution level. But what counts as maximum has changed over time. And now with CPP 2, there's a new layer to consider. Starting in 2024, CPP introduced a second earnings ceiling, meaning higher income earners now contribute more. In 2025, the new second ceiling, which is called YAMPE, is $81,200, meaning this is what you need to earn per year to receive maximum CPP payments when you retire. How it's changed over time. Well, the maximum threshold has steadily increased, making it harder to reach max CPP. For example, in 1990, you only had to earn $28,900 to hit the max CPP. Then in 2000, it was only $37,600. And in 2010, it was $47,200. So what counted as a high enough salary to max out CPP in the past wouldn't be nearly enough today. And it will keep rising, meaning younger Canadians will need even higher salaries to qualify for the maximum benefit. Meet James, who has earned at least the maximum YMPE every year for nearly 4 decades. He's done everything right and decided to start collecting CPP at age 60. So how much will he get? Well, it's not even close to the full $2,034 per month. Instead, he'll receive around $917 per month, which is less than half of the maximum payout. And this is where most people get caught off guard. So even if you max out your salary and are a very high income earner, you still might not get anywhere near to the max CPP. And that brings us to the next biggest factor that determines your CPP payout. Factor number 2, delaying CPP, why timing matters. One of the biggest factors in determining your CPP payout is when you start collecting it. The longer you wait, the higher your monthly payments will be. Here's how CPP payments change based on when you start taking them. If you take CPP at age 60, the average monthly payment is just $540, while the maximum possible amount is $917, as we mentioned in our previous section. If you wait until 65, the average jumps to $808 with a max of $1,433. But delaying all the way to 70, that boosts your payout by 42% compared to taking it at 65. On the flip side, starting CPP at 60 reduces your payments by around 36%, and that reduction lasts for life. Yet despite the huge financial benefits of waiting, less than 2% of Canadians actually delay CPP until 70. So if you don't receive the maximum amount, you're not alone. The vast majority of Canadians won't either. One important thing to keep in mind is CPP is indexed to inflation, meaning your payments will continue to rise over time to keep up with the cost of living. And in recent years, CPP payouts have increased significantly due to higher inflation rates. And here's a pro tip, consider delaying Old Age Security or OAS alongside CPP. It also increases by 0.6 per month after age 65, which can make a big difference in your retirement income. Now, I'm not saying everyone should delay CPP. There are many factors to consider, like your life expectancy, financial situation, and income needs. In fact, I've broken down exactly how to determine the best age to start CPP in another video, so make sure to check that out. But even if you delay CPP to age 70 and have a very high salary, that still doesn't guarantee you'll get the maximum payout. Let's take Jerry and Elaine, 2 very high income earners who both have high salaries and contribute the maximum to CPP throughout their career. They each decide to delay CPP until 70, expecting to receive the full $2,034 per month. But when their payments start, Elaine gets the full amount of $2,034, while Jerry falls short at less than $1,500. This brings us to the third major factor, how long you actually contribute to CPP. Factor number 3, contribution gaps, why even high earners can fall short. So far, we've covered salary and delaying CPP, but there's one more critical factor, how long you actually contribute to CPP. Even if you earn a high salary and delayed CPP to age 70, you still might not receive the full $2,034 per month. Why? Because CPP is based on your lifetime contributions, not just your income. To get the maximum CPP payout, you need to have at least 39 years of maximum contributions. But many people fall short due to gaps in their contribution history. Here are some common reasons. The first is career breaks. Taking time off work for things like education or sabbaticals or childcare can result in years with no CPP contributions. While the child rearing provision can help in some cases, many still have gaps. Then there's self-employment or business ownership. If you were self-employed or paid lower CPP contributions or didn't contribute consistently, this can lower your lifetime average, even if you had higher earnings. There's also periods of unemployment. If you're unemployed for a few years, even if you later had a very high salary, those missing years can drag down your average. Early retirement or late workforce entry. If you're retired before 65 or started working late, you might not have the full 39 years of contributions. Earlier, we saw that Elaine received a full $2,034 per month at age 70 because she had 39 years of maximum contributions with no gaps. But Jerry, who also delayed CPP to 70, ended up with less than the full amount. Why? Because he had a lot of contribution gaps. Maybe he took time off to start a business, or maybe he went back to school or was unemployed for a few years. Even though he maxed out his salary in the years he was actually working, those missing years pulled his average down. How contribution gaps affect your final CPP payout. CPP uses your best 39 years of contributions to calculate your retirement benefit. However, not everyone works or contributes consistently for that long. To help with this, CPP includes a general dropout provision, which allows you to exclude up to 17% of your lowest earning months from the calculation. Since CPP contributes 47 years of potential contributions from the ages of 18 to 65, this means you could drop about 8 years of low or zero contributions. If you delay CPP to 70, your total working period extends to 52 years, but the dropout period remains roughly 8 years. This provision helps reduce the impact of short gaps in your work history. However, if you miss more than 8 years of contributions, your final payout would be lower, even if you earned a high salary and delayed CPP to 70. That's exactly what happened to Jerry. Despite delaying CPP and earning a high income, his contribution gap still lowered his payout. This means that if you max out your salary, delayed CPP to 70, but had years with no contributions, you still might not get the max amount. Think of CPP as like a three-legged stool. Your payout depends on salary, timing, and consistency. If one leg is weak, the whole thing is a bit unstable. Before we continue, if you want to save more on taxes in retirement, check out our free guide with 5 proven tax strategies that help keep more of your money. The link is in the description. How to maximize your CPP based on these 3 key factors. So if you want to get the max CPP payout, you'll need to optimize all 3 of these factors. Here's how. First is to delay CPP until as late as you can, or 70 if possible. The biggest boost is delaying CPP, which is the easiest way to increase your payout because it doesn't require earning more or changing your work history. However, it does require careful financial planning. Delaying past 65, your CPP increases by 8.4% per year up to a 42% boost at age 70. And starting before 65, your CPP decreases by 7.2% per year, up to a 36% reduction at age 60. It's crucial to plan to have other income sources, for example, investments, TFSAs, and RSPs, to cover expenses while waiting. The second tip is to earn at least the YMPE or higher for as many years as possible, and this is the hardest step. This is the hardest factor because you can't just flip a switch to earn more money, unfortunately. But if you can increase your income over time, it directly increases your CPP payout. Some ways to do that is to negotiate higher wages and promotions. The more you earn, the more you can contribute. You can also start a side hustle or business, but make sure you pay into CPP if you're self-employed. Consider leveling up your skills, invest in things like certifications, trainings, or new skills that can help you land a higher paying job. And switch jobs strategically. In many cases, changing employers can result in faster salary growth than staying in the same position for many years. The third tip is to avoid contribution gaps and maximize your contribution years. Even if you delay CPP and earn a high salary, you won't get the full amount if you have too many missing years. So make sure you work for at least 39 years with strong contributions. Missing too many years will lower your average. CPP allows you to drop up to 8 years of low or no contributions, but if you miss more than that, your payouts will be lower. And try to use the child rearing provision to exclude low income years if you took time off to raise children under 7. Maximizing your CPP isn't just about earning more, it's about making smart decisions. The right strategy can mean hundreds more per month in retirement. If you want a personalized financial plan that helps you maximize your CPP, minimize taxes, and build a secure retirement, visit our website to learn more about our services. And if you found this helpful, like, subscribe, and share this video so more Canadians can get the most out of their CPP.